Hi guys, so we're going to be working on 9.3 today, and 9.3 and 9.4 are both similar. They're both dealing with subtracting integers. So before in 9.1 and 9.2, you were adding your integers, so positive numbers and negative numbers. Now we're going to be subtracting them. Subtraction can be a little bit confusing, so we're going to do it two ways, one with the number line, and the second way is with chips or with little circles that I'm going to draw. So here's my number line. I'm going to go to 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is negative 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is positive 9. And I'm going to do example 1 on page 325. So it starts with A, and it says negative 7 subtract negative 3. So you can see that they're probably going to start to put even more brackets around your numbers, just so that we don't get confused between whether it's a subtraction symbol or a negative symbol. So we're starting at negative 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's my 7. Now, you heard me say a lot in the previous videos that when I have a subtraction or a negative sign, that's telling me to go to the left. Okay, so that's what that subtraction symbol says. It says go to the left, but then this negative symbol, it's gonna tell me to do the opposite of what the subtraction symbol is saying. So I'm at first gonna go to the left because of my subtraction symbol. We know when we subtract, we usually get smaller numbers, so that would be us going to the left. But my negative symbol tells me I actually need to flip that around and go to the right. So I'm going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3. So that would get me to negative 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to do the same questions with chips, just so you can see how it works both ways. So I'm going to start with negative 7. I have drawn 7 chips and I didn't color them in because that's how I'm showing that they're negative. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm going to take away 3 negative chips. Now my chips are already negative, so if I were to take away 3, I'm just going to cross them off. Goodbye, these 3 negative chips. That gets me to negative 4. So let's try question B both ways. We have positive 3 subtract negative 4. Okay, so way 1 is our number line, so let's put a dot here at 3. And then the subtraction tells me I'm going to go to the left, but the negative symbol tells me that my arrow is going to flip around and go to the right. So if I have positive 3 and I'm going to subtract negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that is going to get me all the way up to positive 7. Okay, so now I'm going to draw out my chips. I'm going to have 3 chips that are going to be positive, so I'm going to color them in. And then I want to take away negative 4 chips, but I don't have negative 4 chips in this picture. So I'm going to add 4 positive and 4 negative. We know that a positive number and a negative number, so positive 1 and negative 1, equal 0 because they are opposites of each other. So by adding both positives and negatives, my answer is still equaling 0 for these 4 chips. But now I have the negative chips to take away. So I'm going to take away these 4 negative chips. That is going to leave me with positive 7. Let's try C. C, we have negative 6 minus positive 2. So my number line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's my negative 6. And then it tells me to subtract, which is to go to the left. And now this is a positive, so I don't need to flip my arrow around. I can just keep going to the left. So negative 6 minus positive 2, 1, 2. On my number line, that's going to get me to -8. So now let's check with our chips. We're going to have -6 chips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we want to take away +2 chips, but I don't have any +2 chips, so I'm going to add them. When I add them, just like in the previous question, I need to add negative chips so that they equal 0. Now I can take away 2 positives, and you can see that I have -8 chips. Next, we're going to go to question D. -2 subtract -5 equals, let's try it on our number line first. So here's -2. Subtraction tells me to go to the left. The negative says, oh, we're actually going to do the opposite. And I'm going to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gets me to +3. So I'm going to draw that out. I have 2 negative chips, and it wants me to get rid of 5. But I don't have 5, so I need to draw 3 more negatives. But because I've added negatives, I need to break even and add those positives as well. Now I need to take away 5 negatives. That would be all of these. I'm left with +3. So these questions can be pretty tricky because it seems to not make sense when we first look at it. So if you had 2 and 5 and they're both negative, you would assume that your answer would probably be negative as well because you have 2 negatives here. But your answer is actually positive. So it's really important to go nice and slow on these questions. And if it seems to not make sense, double check both ways using the number line and using the chips or drawing out the chips to help you because these questions can be a little bit tricky. You're going to do question 5, 8, 9, 11, and 13. And I'm going to give you 2 days to do this. I will post the answer video on Thursday night. Thanks, guys.